The following is a presentation of the Eagles Sports Network.
Hi, everybody. I'm Mark Mausner of the Eagles Sports Network, and alongside me is Carson-Newman swim head coach Jordan Taylor ahead of the much-anticipated Tennessee Invitational. And, Coach, coming off a nice, firm win over Lees McRae in your first home event of the season, of the regular season, what can you take from that event and apply to this weekend at Tennessee?
Like I mentioned on Saturday after our meet, the overall performances were awesome from the team. Not just our men and women who are stepping up and winning the events, and they're getting season's best and sometimes personal bests, but also everyone else on the roster. They're performing really well in the events that they swam, season's best, and getting a lot of momentum built up, coming off the back of a good meet at Emory. Now in our home meet against Lees McRae and moving into the Tennessee Invite. But for me, I just saw a lot of smiles on pool deck on Saturday. People going in and executing the races like we've talked about all season, and then swimming times that maybe didn't think were maybe possible at a dual meet setting. And so they're really pumped about that, and the smiles are infectious. It's why the coaching staff coaches to see people do things they didn't necessarily think were possible. And then once a few swims into the meet, everyone's happy, everyone's doing well. It was easy for the rest of the team to continue that on, and so that's a great place to be, a great problem to have. A few days out from our biggest challenge of the season, everyone just super excited. We understand there's a big challenge ahead at the Tennessee meet this weekend with the teams we're racing, but as far as our preparation and where we're at, the team are in a great place, and so excited about it, and just trying to keep them grounded on focus on what you can do. It might be difficult to win races and stuff like that this weekend, but you can get lifetime best, you can qualify for nationals, you can really prepare going into the next section of our season as we go towards conference and nationals. So just really excited and really pleased with the way the meet went on Saturday, and a little bit surprised, if I'm honest. Like, we knew we were going to swim well, but I didn't realize it would be that well from that many athletes.
And so looking ahead to the UT Invitational, something that you've been talking about really since the start of the season, something that annually is a pretty big kind of bookmark event where you can see kind of where your team is at. What can you tell us about who's participating in the event? Obviously, I believe multiple D1 programs, other than obviously UT, a 3-day event. What can you tell us about kind of the format, some of your opponents that you'll be seeing, and just the general gist of what's going to go down in Knoxville?
So the meet starts Thursday, 3-day meet, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. There'll also be an additional day on Sunday, which is going to be a long course focus, with it being the Olympics coming up next year. And we'll have a number of our athletes race on Sunday as well, trying to get qualification for the American Olympic trials, but also our international athletes qualifying for their home Olympic trials next year. So that's a little bonus event on Sunday. But the first 3 days, our main focus as far as college swimming is concerned. At the meet, you're going to have obviously Tennessee, you've got Georgia, Virginia, Indiana, and Denver, and all those teams are ranked inside the top 15 in Division 1. Tennessee and Virginia are ranked inside the top 5 in Division 1. So it's like on social media, as far as college swimming is concerned, it's meant to be one of the fastest meets in the country this year. We're just really excited to be part of that. We go into it as the underdogs, and we understand we're not there to have an upset and win the meet. Our goal is to race some of the fastest swimmers in the country, and if not the world. A lot of these athletes are looking at Tokyo very seriously next year, and so for our guys to get in and see fast women race these top teams, it can only help us to swim faster, and it's a cool experience for them. They might next summer be able to say, hey, I raced them a few months ago at the Tennessee Invite, and now I'm seeing them on the TV at Tokyo. So it's a really cool experience. The teams at the Tennessee Invite, we've raced some of them before, and one of the cool things we've found with these fast D1 teams is, they're super competitive, they want to win the meet, but they also want to see other teams do well. They'll cheer for other teams, they'll support, and the atmosphere is really cool, because everyone wants everyone else to do well, whereas like we go to conference and each team wants their own team to do well, and they desperately want to beat the other teams. But because we're not competing against Georgia and Tennessee when it comes to conference and stuff. They'll support us just as much as we'll support them. So it's a really cool atmosphere. I'm really excited. It's our third year going to it, and the team are super excited. And I think the first year we went there, everyone's a little bit like, we don't belong, we shouldn't be here, we're going to get killed, this is too much. And then they realised that, hey, our top guys can compete. And then second year, more and more the team realised, hey, I can make finals, I can compete at this meet. And we're going into the meet of this season, and I think pretty much everyone understands that, hey, we're wanted there by these schools, we deserve to be there because we're one of the best D2 programs in the country, and we're not only just turning up to fill a lane, but we've got a lot of our team going to make it back into finals. Our relays will be very competitive, and it just sets us up perfectly for progression towards conference and nationals.
And using this as an event, using this event as a barometer of sorts to see kind of what you need to improve on towards those conference championships and nationals. What are some things, maybe some times, some certain performances in the relays and whatnot that you're looking for to say, okay, that's where we wanted to be, or maybe that's even better than where we wanted to be, and let's kind of go from there. What are some markers, if you will, that you'll be looking for?
I mean, our main goal this weekend is to see every athlete perform well for themselves. Step up and do lifetime bests, season's best, good performances, so they can understand the training is working and they're in a good place. You don't always have to have essentially personal best right now to have a good conference championships come February, but we want everyone to be swimming fast and very confident in how their season's going. So that's the first focus. Additional to that, we're looking to get as many people as possible to qualify to nationals. We won't know who qualifies until mid-February, but we know what's being invited to nationals, what makes the top 20 in the country over the last 3 years. It typically gets a little bit faster each year, and so if we look at the times that were qualification times last year, we take off maybe half a second, quarter of a second, and we're doing faster than that at this meet. We're fairly confident those athletes are going to get the invitation to nationals. On the relays, the NCAA have already released the qualification standard for all the relays, so we know as soon as we touch the wall if we've qualified or not, and that would be a great pressure off our team if we could qualify all our relays this weekend. It means if for some strange reason there's a sickness or there's a disqualification or something at conference, we've already got that qualification. We're not putting our hopes on one event come conference championships or the relays. So that'll be our kind of additional goal. And then for me, from the coaching point of view, again, making sure we're executing the races really well. I really want to see a big focus on the prelims. Finals are all great and everyone gets excited in the final atmosphere, but at conference, we need our athletes to swim fast in the morning if they want to make it back into the A and B finals at night to score us points. At nationals, you have to swim fast in the morning, you have to be in the top 8 in the prelims to get invited to that All-American final at night. And so you can be a night swimmer and step up, but if you don't get an invite to the finals, it doesn't matter how quick you will do at night, it's what you can do in the morning. And so that's another reason we're picking a real fast meet, is because if our athletes want to make it to finals at this meet, they have to be on their best in the morning, and that fact alone really sets them up for the season ahead with conference and nationals. And it's something that in the swimming world, a lot of people are not great in the morning. In the finals, when the atmosphere is a little bit more electric, that's when they step up. But for us and our season, we need that to happen in the morning. So those are kind of like our goals. Get some team records along the way, continue to see our athletes ranked inside the top 20 in the country. A couple of them being number 1 right now would be awesome. All other teams in the country over the next few weekends will have their mid-season meet, and the national rankings that will come out after the next couple of weekends will give us a truer indication of where we stand and where we can kind of start to look as far as our ranking come nationals. So we're excited, really looking forward to it, and I think the team's in the best place where we've been rolling into a mid-season meet, and really grateful for the opportunity to race people like Tennessee, Georgia, Virginia, Indiana at this meet this weekend.
He's Carson-Newman swim head coach Jordan Taylor. Coach, thanks for the time.
Thanks.